Yeah. It was like rabbits. Like, I was on that time. I was on demon time. Now you're calling me at 6 o'clock in the morning. I can't take this no more. Yeah, you don't know nothing about that. I know you don't. Hey YouTube, I'm back with another video. My name is Tamaria. If you're new to my channel, make sure you smash that like, comment, and subscribe button. If you're coming back, welcome back. Hey y'all, look, I need a name to call y'all. Like, everybody that's like big on YouTube, I'm not there yet, but I am getting there, has a name to like call their supporters, you know, their subscribers, and I don't have one. But I want a name so that like when people say it, then they know that's for like Tamaria channel, like y'all's Tamaria supporters, you know. But I've been here since Tamaria was calling us this, you feel me? If you got any ideas, please drop it down in the comments or DM me on Instagram at it's Tamaria. But anyways, as you can tell from the title, today I'm gonna be going over my experience on Depo, everything that I went through on birth control, and just my whole experience. People was DMing me on Instagram asking me after they seen my being crazy in my last relationship videos and while me and my ex broke up, and asking me just about like some side effects and symptoms I went through on Depo so that they can see like if it applies to them. And I was like, why not do, you know, a video for everybody so that if other girls wanted to know the same thing, you know? Because I was like thinking of this stuff back when I was on Depo. I was on Depo for about 2 years. And I used to wonder, is this because of Depo? Because so much stuff had changed when I was on Depo, when I tell y'all. And I can really tell now, because I'm completely off Depo and been off for a while, what was because of Depo. If you don't know what Depo is, it stands for Depo-Provera. I don't know, y'all. It's 1:13 in the morning now. So it's a form of birth control. Y'all know there's so many different types of birth control. I was scared of everything else, and I literally got on birth control because my periods was irregular. Like, my period was on for like 2 weeks straight, and that wasn't normal. So they put me on the pill. I couldn't take the pills regularly, couldn't keep up with them, always was nauseous. So they switched me to Depo, which was more convenient. I had to get a shot every 3 months. And my top of my butt cheek. Some people get it in their arm, but they said it hurt more in your arm, so I was getting on top of my butt cheek. I did perfectly fine with that. So that's Depo. It's like this real thick, like thick she made me start in her wrist. Yeah. With some real thick semen colored stuff that they shoot in you, and it stings a little bit when it go in. But yeah, so that was Depo-Provera. My little relationship with Depo-Provera was going smoothly in the beginning, you know. Got on Depo-Provera. After a little bit, my period completely stopped. Like, it completely stopped. I was so happy. I didn't have to have a period no more. My periods was never really that bad. It was just OD long. Like, my normal period they last 7 days. But at this point, it was so irregular. It would skip a month, then it would skip 2 months, and then it'd be on for 2 weeks, and then it was just bad. And when I was taking the birth control pills, this is another reason they switched me off, is because I was like bleeding for like a month straight. Like, my period didn't go off, so they had put me on Depo. I made some notes about what I went through back when I was on Depo, and I'm gonna just go over like the stuff that I went through. I'm gonna just start off with the good things, get these out of the way. So like, the good thing I went through on Depo, of course, was I couldn't get pregnant. Well, it's like a 99.9% chance, which I couldn't get pregnant. If y'all knew how much, you know, I was, you know, I was in a relationship. That's all I gotta say. I couldn't get pregnant. So I was on Depo, couldn't get pregnant. That's a good thing. Another thing as well, I didn't have periods. so that didn't have cramps and none of that stuff. And I feel like that's the only good thing that came out of me being on Depo, honestly. So I'm gonna get into the bad things. This is why y'all here, right? So the first one I got up here, I'm gonna just start off with something simple. I was tired all the time. So like I was literally always tired. I could literally just, I keep saying literally, I'm not about to start this. Tamara, you're not about to start this. I could just wake up and still be tired. I would go through the day, and I used to like always blame stuff on like, okay, I'm in school, I play basketball, this is why I'm tired. But even after basketball season, I would be driving home from school dozing off while I'm driving type stuff, like do 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 do, hitting the little things on the side, do do do, you know. I was just always tired. You can ask my dad and my mom and everybody. They used to say I had narcolepsy because I could fall asleep at a drop of a dime. It was so bad. I used to always be tired, always like fatigue for no reason. So that was like the first bad thing. So okay, got off Depo, went back to normal. I thought maybe it's because I'm growing. I'm in that age where you know they say you sleep a lot when you're growing. So I was like, maybe that's it. The next one was, it was a emotional roller coaster. When I tell y'all, I would cry over the littlest things. It would be the smallest things. Like I said, in my being crazy over my ex while he was in a relationship, he would be asleep and I'll sit there and I like just look at him while he sleep and think about how much I love this man, you know, and start crying. Crazy. I would never do that before. Depo literally like makes you crazy. Well, it made me crazy. I don't know if other people was experiencing this, but it made me crazy. Like it was one time I would think of the weirdest stuff. Like I remember I was sitting there and I was thinking of like, bro, like what if my mom died? And I was just like, if she died, what would I do? Like what would I do in my life? And I was just sitting there thinking about that and I started crying. Like it really messed with my head, and I think that's probably the worst symptom out of all of these, just because like that's crazy. That's your mind. It is in control of everything. Like I feel like your mind controls like everything pretty much. And then I'll get real mad real fast. I was in a relationship at the time, so like little stuff would make me real mad, but then I felt like I was low-key bipolar, because it would make me real mad, but then I'll talk to myself in my head and be like, it's not that big of a deal. So I'll calm myself down and be not mad and expect him not to be mad too. And then when he's still feeling some type of way about it, I'll get back mad, because like, why is you that mad over something little? And then he'll be ready to leave me alone. And then him leaving me alone, I was an overthinker, but Depo made me overthink more. So I'm just like, oh, he don't want to talk to me. He must be like, he don't love me no more. Like I literally used to question all the time, like, do he still love me? Like I know he just told me a few minutes ago, but like, do you still love me? And I was never this way before our relationship. Not like, it's not really, I just never was too pressed about being with a dude. So like if we was to break up, I would have been good, because I'm like, you know, I had confidence. Like I had some confidence, so I was never really pressed. But then when I was on Depo, it just, all of that went away. Like we would break up and I would literally feel depressed. Like that's another symptom. I kind of already said that, but I would feel depressed. Like I would sit in my room, cry all day. I didn't want to eat. My sisters and them would try to get me to go out. I'm going out with them, acting like I'm good, still checking this man's page and stuff. Like I was just so like down bad, and I was never like this. Like, another thing, I gained a lot of weight. So at first I wasn't really noticing the weight. I was lifting weight, so of course my thighs was getting bigger, but I thought like it was muscle, but it was fat as well. And it was crazy that I was gaining weight. When I finally noticed it, like my love handles and stuff used to like pour over my pants, and my stomach was sticking out as far as my booty do. Like, you know that song Booty Do? It's, oh, y'all probably don't even know what I'm talking about, but my stomach was sticking out as far as my booty do. I like that my butt got bigger, but it's like I literally couldn't lose the weight. I was playing basketball, and when I tell y'all, we used to have workouts every day. This was freshman year of college, and if you play with me freshman year of college and you watching this video, you know we worked out Amber, Justice, all y'all know we worked out every single morning, and it was not even practice. It wasn't basketball practice, it was literally workouts. Like Coach Jeff was our coach. Like we did drills the whole practice, so there was literally no reason why I shouldn't have been able to lose weight. And the fact I was still gaining weight and couldn't maintain my weight, I'd have put myself on a diet, so that added on to me like feeling self-conscious about myself. Like my face would start breaking out. It was just all bad. I just felt disgusting, like nasty. I felt big. Like I never been that big in my life, and it wasn't even that I was big and disgusting big. It's just like I just felt real big. And at this time, I'm already in my head all the time, overthinking because of Depo, so it just added on to it and made it worse. It made me feel even worse than I probably didn't even look bad for real. Everybody said I didn't, and then I had cut my hair, which made it even more worse. So I was going through it at the time. So when me and my ex would break up, I really was like stuck. Like I'm never gonna find nobody else to love me. That's what time I was on, and I never ever felt like that. My sex drive decreased tremendously. So like your libido decreased. I really like, I wouldn't say I wasn't attracted to my ex no more, but you know that natural feeling, we was like, oh, like I'm horny pretty much. I didn't get that as much no more. And when I tell y'all, when me and my ex first got together, we was like rabbits. Like if you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't need to know. But we was like rabbits. Like I was on that time, I was on demon time, like 3 times a day type time. Like you look good right now, go see me in the bathroom type time. And to go from being like that to like, not tonight, I don't feel like it. Like, and he was just as, you know, freaky as me. It was bad. That's how you knew it was bad. But I didn't know it was Depo at the time. I thought maybe like, oh, I'm not as attracted to him as like I used to. I don't know, I just didn't enjoy it or whatever like I used to type stuff. I don't know, it was just, it decreased so much. Like I didn't really want to no more. I could barely do 1 a day, you know, when we used to do like 3s a days, 5s a days. So time went on, it made my area down there more sensitive. Like I always been sensitive down there to like soaps and clothes and stuff, but like when we would finally, you know, do what we did, it was sensitive. Like I would tear, like I would get a cut on my I don't know what that area is called. So you know, you got your vagina hole, like that little, the bottom part towards your butt, it would like cut a little bit, like have a little split or something, and it would sting so bad. Like, but I feel like that has something to do with the fact that Depo made my cum or discharge, whatever you call it, more thicker. So it was so thick, like it was so much thicker than normal. I didn't like it. He used to like it because you can see it like on, like piling up on you. And I don't know, I just guess dudes be liking looking or how it, I don't know. I didn't like it, but you know, they say that it get thicker so that it can't stick and travel, your sperms can't travel, all of it, blah blah blah. But yeah, I didn't like it. Another thing up here I got is migraines. So I used to get migraines all the time. If you knew me back in middle school, you know I used to wear glasses, so I thought that was probably a reason why I was getting migraines, but it wasn't. So I would get migraines, and I thought I would get migraines because like I was woke too much, like I didn't get enough sleep, or I wasn't drinking enough water, and I was always playing basketball, so I was dehydrated. So I thought that was why I was getting migraines, which wasn't the case, because after I got off Depo, the migraines like slowed down. Like I still get migraines every now and then. Even now, if I keep my eyes open too long, like if I'm woke too long without going to sleep, I'll get a migraine. Or if I don't eat something for a long period of time, I get a migraine. But it wasn't as often as it was when I was on Depo. So those are pretty much my main things that I went through while I was on Depo. it definitely causes problems. Like if you're like, when I was in a relationship, I feel like now that I know like what was because of Depo and what was just me, I feel like a lot of problems in my relationship was because of Depo. Not saying all the problems was, because we had a lot of stuff going on, if y'all heard the story why we broke up, but a lot of problems, like the little arguments we had, like when we used to argue 24/7 all the time. We thought it was because we was always with each other, but like I would always be the one starting arguments over little stuff. Like he'll go home and not text me, and I'll just be like, why you didn't text me type stuff. Started arguing because of that. Like, are you not thinking about me? Like, you know. Or he'll go home and I'm like, why are you going home? You don't want to stay another night with me? Like it just made me crazy. And the fact that neither one of us knew that like Depo was messing with my head, or like he probably was like felt some type of way, like I wasn't trying to like do it as much as normal. Like it just played a lot of bad in our relationship. And it's crazy because I was on Depo for about 2 years, and the last 2 years, like we was together for 4 years, the last 2 years of our relationship we didn't really go through all the arguing and bad stuff like we did the first 2 years. So I feel like a lot of that came from Depo, other than like some of the big stuff, but you know, neither here or there. This is just my experience on Depo. Everybody's experience is different. I heard a couple girls say they went through the same thing as me. It's just, you know, if you plan on getting on Depo, this is something I guess you can look into, and just to like not expect but prepare yourself for it, just in case it does happen. Or at least you know, so that if you do get on Depo and start noticing these things changing, then it's like, oh, like I remember Tamaria talking about how this happened to her, so that's why this happened to me. Like I literally used to feel down for no reason, like depressed, sad, mad, all of that stuff for no reason, and it was because of Depo. Because as soon as I got off Depo, y'all, I'm telling y'all, literally everything went back to normal. Like I feel so much better. I haven't been, I mean, everybody feels down every now and then, gets depressed, but I wasn't like how I was on Depo. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. We on the road to 100K, posting every day. I love y'all. Smack that like, comment, subscribe button, and I'll see y'all in my next video.